Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man, the Wily Wars. I'm Fill in the Blanks, and last time we took care of Magnet Man, Hard Man, Top Man, and Shadow Man. So we're going to continue on and beat the last Robot Master in this specific circle of weaknesses. And then start up in the last three, which kind of have their own little circle of weaknesses. This is Spark Man. I kind of feel bad for Spark Man because he doesn't have any hands. And if you go back and you see what it looks like, or if you wait till the actual boss battle, you'll see what I mean. Oh, whoops. But yeah, he has no hands. He's like Crash Man, and I feel bad for those types of robots, because, I don't know, they must have some sort of complex about that. Actually, if you read the Mega Man comics at all, which I do because I'm a big Mega Man fan, they actually did that with Crash Man. They give him this kind of, like, complex about how he wishes he had hands. They're not up to Mega Man 3 in the comics yet, but I'm kind of hoping Spark Man will kind of have the same thing. But if you haven't read the comics, they're actually pretty good, surprisingly. They're for little kids, yeah, but whatever, I'm a little kid at heart. I just love Mega Man. But they do a lot of little things like that. I love how, like, Flash Man, for example, he's bald in the game, so in the comics they made him kind of jealous of Mega Man for having all this hair. And I guess, actually, those character traits are from the game Mega Man and Bass, which for a while most people just called Mega Man 9 until, you know, Mega Man 9 came out. But in that game you could collect like CDs, and they were profiles of all the Robot Masters, and some of them were just really funny, and they were things like how Flash Man wishes he wasn't bald and things like that. So I think it's cute that they incorporated that in the that was close, in the comics. So I love this music. It's really good. I like how with the electric characters in the Mega Man games, you don't really have to worry about where their levels are going to be as much as you do with the other characters, like Top Man, for example. It doesn't make sense that he's in, you know, in like a greenhouse or whatever. But with Spark Man, it doesn't really matter because it's electric, so it could be pretty much anything. And here, obviously, you got to be careful. These things go up as you stand on them, so you have to jump away. So that was that level. That's pretty short. Spark Man is in here. We're going to equip the Shadow Blade. There we go. Got a nice manly purple. As I said before, Shadow Blade is like this game's version of the Metal Blade, but not as good, but still definitely not bad. I think you only shoot one at a time, though. Maybe more. I don't know. But it takes care of Spark Man pretty easily. I was too focused on using the Shadow Blade to kind of dodge Spark Man. So that was a pretty poor battle, but whatever, I got out of there all right. So now we have the Spark Shot. Now both the Shadow Blade and the Spark Shot are Magnet Man's weakness. So normally, like if I didn't beat Magnet Man already, I'd go straight to Magnet Man. But obviously we've already defeated Magnet Man, so that circle of weaknesses is now closed. So the last three, Gemini Man, Snake Man, and Needle Man, all kind of are in their own circle of weaknesses. And of the three of them, Snake Man is by far the easiest to defeat without his weakness, so we're going to go to Snake Man. And I love Snake Man's music. That's great. And again, with the level thing, it's like, what is Snake Man's level? But I had a friend say this to me once. It's like, all the other boss levels are like things that were already part of their motif. But Snake Man, like, it's like he's taken over a deserted part of the city and just covered it in snakes. Which I guess actually makes a lot more sense than, oh, he took over the snake part of the city. So, you know, I guess I can give it that. It's a cool level, though. I love these snakies. And also has one of the coolest mini-bosses in Mega Man history, right here with the big Snakey. I love these guys. Just really cool. I've always liked Snake Man's level. And I know I was just talking about the comic, but I'm going to talk about the comic again. I'm interested in seeing what they're going to do with Snake Man's level, because later on in this level, we leave this city and we kind of go into the sky a little bit, and I'm really interested to see what their interpretation of that's going to be. Because so far I find the Mega Man comics have done a decent job of the areas that Mega Man fights the bosses, kind of being part of a real city. So this one will be kind of a fun stretch, and I'm interested in seeing that. Whoops. So yeah, oh my goodness, come on, Phil. So those guys at the top, they'll drop their heads down if you're underneath them. Easy to avoid, I'm just being stupid. And we got some more Hammer Joes here. Or just one. Hammer Joes are simple. If you ever see in the sequelitis videos by Egoraptor, what he says is very true. You'll never... It's very rare that you'll be in front of Hammer Joe the first time he shoots his whatever, the hammer or whatever. So you do always get to understand what he's going to do before you actually engage in a fight with him. And I think it's just, maybe it's just me, but I think he's invincible longer in this version than he is in the NES version. But we got a fill up and we got a life, so that was worth it. But we'll have to fight him again. Oh, come on. There we go. Wow, I'm not good at jumping up there at all. There we are. The good thing about this and the subsequent Mega Man games is if you have trouble with a certain area or a ledge to jump on, Rush Coil is always there for you, so jumps are made generally easier in the later Mega Man games. Or actually, rather, they're made more difficult, but because of Rush Coil, they're easier to get around. That was the last Big Snakey, at least in this Mega Man. Big Snakey appears in the Game Boy Mega Man games, and he'll also appear a little later in this game, just not Mega Man 3. That makes any sense. Whew, that was close. So here's what I was talking about, how it kind of stops being a city, and you're gonna go up in the sky. And I think that's really cool. Even in the original NES version, I thought that was really cool. I loved seeing, you know, lots of transitions in stages. I always felt it made the worlds more realistic. I've always really liked that. I hated these things in the NES version, because in the NES version, if you stand here while those things come up and lift you off your feet, they would sometimes push you off. They'd glitch or something, and they'd push you off completely. So I've come into the habit of kind of jumping when they appear out of, like, I don't know, just nervousness, because, you know, they used to push me off when I was a kid. I know they probably don't in this version, but I do it out of habit. And there we go, that is Snake Man stage. I've heard from many people thinking that that part is one of the hardest parts in Mega Man 3. I guess maybe I'm just used to it, so I don't find it's that bad. But I can see it. Now, we don't have Snake Man's weakness, but we're still not going to use the Mega Buster, because the Mega Buster only takes 1 point of damage off of every hit. And the Shadow Blade actually takes 2 off, so I'm going to use that. But I do have to get closer to Snake Man, which is not fun, because I'm doing kind of poorly right now. But as long as you kind of make it to this middle column, it's not too bad, because you can always jump over him. You get a lot of room to jump. You gotta be careful, though. You can destroy those snakes, but there's no real point in doing so I'm not gonna. There we go. So 2 down, 2 left. And with Snake Man defeated, we get one of the kind of oddest weapons in Mega Man. The Search Snake, which is kind of like the Bubble Lead, except it travels on the ground like the Bubble Lead, but this actually can climb up walls and go up to the ceiling, like you saw Snake Man use. A little odd, but it's useful in certain areas. Specifically against Gemini Man, which is who we're going to be fighting next. But anyway, Search Snake does give you a great looking green outfit. I love green Mega Man. I just think he looks really cool. Alright, so we got Gemini Man. Definitely a weird idea for his area, but I still love it. I don't know where it is, like Arctic kind of, and then it goes into this cavern. You'll see. On ocremix.org, OC Remix, or Overclocked Remix, is a website with fan-made music or remixes of video game music. Really, really good. They've been going on for a long time. I think over 10 years now. One of the first songs I've ever heard from them was Gemini Man's song. I don't know the name of the song or the person who did it. I do apologize, but I will put a link in the description of this video for them. But it's like a salsa remake of this song, and it's so great. Back in college, my girlfriend used to teach salsa, and I always thought this would have been a really cool song to have like a, you know, have a dance show too, but she never did that. That's fine. Everyone would be like, what the hell is this song? And I'd be like, yeah, I'd be the only one in the audience thinking it's cool. So Proto Man just appeared, but he didn't fight us for some reason. But it's the only time you'll ever encounter him and he won't fight you. In this game, anyways. Use a rush coil here, refill my life. So yeah, we're in these kind of weird caverns here, with like weird kind of bubbles. Little odd, but definitely memorable. There we go. And I'm lazy. I only like to blow up the bubbles that I need to blow up. I've seen some people, they blow up every single bubble. And I'm like, wow, that's a lot of OCD. There we go. And I'm not really giving them much of a chance, but out of the bubbles comes, whoops, top spin. Comes these little, those guys. Little tadpoles. Because, you know, Dr. Wily builds robotic tadpoles, apparently. And robotic dragonflies, and robotic penguins. So, he's got a lot of time on his hands. I like these penguin guys, though. They're a fun mini-boss. They're really cute. Have a lot of personality, in my opinion. And there's, I think, 3 of them. In the original NES version, you can actually skip. I'm not sure if you can in this version, but you can. Whoops. You can skip the fight, or not the fight, the appearance of Proto Man, and by doing so, you actually glitch the stage up. The stage's music will stop, and those penguin guys are really screwed up. They're graphically like garbled and glitched out. Anyways, here we got some water, so we're gonna use the Rush Marine. And Rush Marine is pretty much just the Rush Jet, which we haven't gotten yet. Whoops. Except it only works underwater. But we got an energy tank for our trouble, so that's great. You can only shoot twice. Like, you only have 2 shots in the air at once with Rush Marine, so that's a little annoying. And there we go. So there's not very many places to use Rush Marine. Ooh, another energy tank. So 3 total right now. But this is definitely one of them. There's another area later on. It's just useful to have, but if for whatever reason you don't have Rush Marine, you can just use Rush Jet, so I guess it really doesn't matter. So we got another one of these big bouncy guys. And here is Gemini Man's area. So let's equip the Search Snake. See, so it kind of goes on the ground and slithers around, and... But, I find Gemini Man without Search Snake is pretty difficult, so I'm glad I have it. As you'd expect, Gemini Man splits into 2. And he just kind of does this. And he will not shoot until you shoot. So, you just gotta be careful of that. Just shoot where the guy is going to be on the ground. After you've defeated 1, it gets a little easier. He'll shoot in more normal, normal rate. And he'll jump when you shoot instead. Which is a good way to avoid him, actually. It's kind of weird how he doesn't use his actual weapon until now, though. And... come on. There we go. He does take a lot of damage off you. I mean, I didn't get hit that many times, I don't think, but I'm already close to dead. He's pretty difficult with the regular Mega Mustard. The Mustard Buster! The Mega Buster. I really hope they make a Mega Man 11 there's a Mustard Man. Just so there can be a Mustard Buster. Alright, wow, there's a long pause after Mega Man gets a weapon. He's like, I got a weapon! He stands around for like 10 seconds. Alright, so we got the Gemini Laser. Got a cool light blue outfit. Really nice. Only 1 guy left, that's Needle Man. And Needle Man is probably my least favorite Mega Man 3 boss. I just think he looks stupid. I'm not a big fan of his level either. I like his music though. Whoops. But yeah, it's like in the city, I guess. There's a lot of bosses in this game where you could tell they were like, levels don't really make sense for this motif, so let's just put in traps and stuff based on that character. So there's a lot of spikes and needles in Needle Man stage, which makes sense. Whoops. A lot of cannons too for some reason. Okay, screw it. Well, I'm getting hit a lot, but nothing seems to be doing a lot of damage to me, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this version of the song. Gemini. The Sega Genesis, I don't know. I'm not feeling this one. There we are. Let's go underground, and this is where the needles come into play. These things right here. So you gotta control your slide really well. There we go. Ooh. Oh, that's not bad. It wasn't bad at all. Hey, there we go. That was pretty good. We got another energy tank right there. And... yeah. That was smart, Phil. There we are. And believe it or not, we're pretty much done Needleman's level. Needleman's level is super, super small. So we're actually almost done it already. Though, to be honest, I find levels in Mega Man aren't ever really that long. Maybe it's just me. They always go by pretty fast. I mean, you can beat one in a couple minutes. And, of course, the big jumpy thing. I'm just going to avoid this one. There we go. And get... whoops. There we go. Get Gemini Laser going. Gemini Laser you got to be careful with because it likes to bounce around the room. I'll show you right here. And wow, that is lag. Holy crap. Anyways, it likes to bounce around for a while. But you can only shoot one at a time. So if you miss Needleman, you have to wait till the Gemini Laser disappears. Thankfully, the way it bounces means it'll probably hit him just by bouncing around. Like, well, that he jumped on. Oh, crap. Like, here, hopefully, it'll follow him and hit him. Nope. That's okay, though. He only takes 4 hits from it, so it's not a big deal. Needleman likes to get in close to you. He does a lot of damage, so that's why I like to stay as far away from him as I possibly can. So that's all 8 Robot Masters. Only 2 episodes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We're blasting through this game. And Mega Man's like standing. There we go. Why does he take so long to disappear there? So we got the Needle Cannon, which is kind of like a rapid-fire version of the regular Mega Buster. Not super powerful, but it actually works a little bit better than the Mega Buster. We also get the Rush Jet, which is awesome. And this is definitely the best version of the Rush Jet in any Mega Man game. So now we're on to Dr. What the hell are these people? Oh my god, we'll find out next time on Let's Play Mega Man The Wily Wars.